We've got a lot of Hasbro news to talk about, from new releases up and coming like the eventual CX and other bays that are getting cool new variants. We're going to be taking a look at the new Hasbro news reported by Why Know Why. They have a Twitter page and a YouTube channel, as well as a Ko-Fi, so if you want to donate to them or support them, I'll be leaving links in the description below, as it is thanks to them we get all this amazing coverage. So it's, yeah, they did a great job and a lot of hard work to do this. So since this is in the New York Toy Fair, this obviously does mean we're going to be seeing this far, far, far into the future eventually. Yeah. So some of the main stuff to talk about is actually the CX stuff, which is kind of crazy that we basically kind of get to see it now and it's not technically released in TT, but also this is a teaser for the future, so I guess it makes sense. We do get some stuff, for an example, like Dark Perseus, which is the localized name, which I'm very happy we do get Perseus, and not like the Metal Fight one when they called it Destroyer. But some of the other stuff we also get is just, yeah, some of the other localization stuff. I've already mentioned this, but for an example, pretty much all of the naming is the same for Beyblade X for Hasbro and TT, except the Assist Blade, which for CX, how it works, your lock chip locks the main stuff together, your blade is the contact point, and your Assist Blade is the thing that helps you assist. Your actual Assist Blade for Hasbro, they are calling it the Auxiliary Blade. So yeah, sure, whatever, works out, I guess. But we do see some of the other stuff, for example, like Arc Wizard, which I think is really cool. And there's a bunch of other stuff, like, which is really funny. So instead of them calling it, like, Brave Drawn or whatever, they changed it to Courage Drawn. I suppose Brave also doesn't really make sense for a namesake, whatever. So Courage, it doesn't really matter if they changed it. I am curious why Brave changed it. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the word. I don't know. Like, Courage Drawn is like, okay, it's a whatever name. I guess they just found, like, the closest thing that was, like, a word they could use. I think the real big thing here is Reaper Incendio, because we already know that Hell's Reaper is supposed to be in a random booster in April, but eventually you get to look forward to the fact that Hasbro is just going to have it by itself as a starter. Either way, we do get some big details on this actually, which is on the parts. Not on the specific name, but I do find it really, really funny that for Reaper Incendio, the part that I was really curious about, which was partially the bit, it's literally just big taper. That's the whole thing. It's big taper. I don't know if there's some fancy gimmick. It just looks like a really big version of taper. So that's kind of cool, I guess. We also get more details on the special ability of it. So the Auxiliary Blade, which I'm assuming T stands for turn. It's not confirmed. I'm just assuming it's turn because you flip it. You can change this from stamina or attack. Now it says enhanced stamina or attack. So I'm assuming that is the mode change, because they wouldn't just say one or the other. It'd be like enhance all the qualities of the bay or whatever. So I'm thinking probably how this is going to work is that whatever the Auxiliary Blade is, you're probably going to be able to adjust it. And then after, maybe that'll fill a part of the Reaper Blade a little bit differently. Reaper literally just looks like Hell Scythe, so I am pretty excited for that to see what they can actually work with it. But some of the other stuff we do get is just more of closer pics of it, which you're probably going to see in the thumbnail or in the video. But it does look like a pretty cool release. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking this should be a thing you flip over. Design-wise, I think it looks pretty nice. I like this. I think probably has the best stamina shape so far for CX releases, which we don't really have that many options, so I suppose it's kind of like saying nothing, but still, you know, I like it quite a bit. What else do we got here? Some other stuff, for an example, like some boosters. So there is Obsidian Shell. We got some of the other ones, which this should be for the Wave 4 stuff. Soar Phoenix, Keel Shar. So that stuff we kind of already knew. The Soar Phoenix I am excited for, because that's going to get the updated mold of the Phoenix Blade, where it's super heavy, which all the reprints in the future for any Phoenix Blade is getting it, but just a cheap way to get it, plus Hexa. What else? Not really much else in terms of like crazy. We got confirmation they're going to eventually just do Drigger S. That's cool. Also, I just realized something. There's Drigger and there's Dranzer S, and I just realized these are in the normal colors, because I almost forgot that for some reason at the launch of Beyblade X, Dranzer S was like this weird red color. Like, I don't know why the fuck we got it, and they just didn't do normal, but they wanted to do some weird regional exclusive thing. But yeah, that's good to see we got normal colors for it. I like that. We have a 2-pack with Crest Leon in a Sphinx cowl. This one's weird because the Sphinx comes in the Rudder deck sets, so I would have assumed Rudder would have been in the 2-pack, Crest would have been a starter. Maybe Rudder is going to be a starter or whatever, but I mean, yeah, getting that 716, Crest, not too bad. It's a little bit of a weird pairing. Not bad, just kind of a weird pairing. And then after we get some of the other wave stuff, like we already knew the Hammer Incendio, the weird looking Buster Drawn, that's the piss color. We know Shinobi and like the Wizard, which I think is what, the wave 4 or whatever, so, which that's pretty stacked for wave 4. That's really stacked. The other thing I want to go over, which I'm pretty sure this should probably, I don't know if this is the same wave 4 or in the far future, but holy shit, we got a new shark. Now this is not a UX shark, this is a variant of Keel Shark called Gill Shark. This is on 470 orb and it's paired up with Pearl Tiger. I think it's really cool that we are getting these variants of bays, kind of like they're different typing, whatever. I think it kind of makes sense. So I guess for this one, they just changed it to stamina. Its shape, you know, I'm gonna be honest, looks very modified from Shelter Drake. Shelter Drake had a pretty good shape, I would say. It's not exactly the same, like there's very much a clear difference, and I don't think this is literally Shelter Drake. I'm just saying it for sake of conversation, but something I'm going to be very curious about is seeing if we get any more of this kind of content. Will we see it in the animation, potentially? I do really like the Gill Shark shape. I think maybe we could just get like some sort of... we already have basically so many Shark bays, so I don't think this will be an exact clone of Shark Edge. I think this might be like a fusion of like Shark and Shelter. It's kind of hard to say without a side profile, but this blade is like, I'm gonna say very, very much more of an attack blade than it would be a stamina blade, but still, again, awesome new content to see. Color scheme, it's the Portugal flag, so, you know, we'll take it, we'll take it. That looks really, really sick. Then parts-wise, you know, that's pretty cool. Some of the other stuff that we do get showed off here is just more closer look at the X, so Reaper Incendio, we see more of the parts and everything. Arc and Drawn and Perseus. This is kind of stuff that we kind of were expecting or whatever. Yeah, I think this is really, really good. I think this is amazing coverage. I think there's a lot to look forward to for Hasbro. Hasbro is doing a lot of good work. They also tweeted that, big thing here, they're still working on tournament stuff, and there's announcements on a championship series soon, and that the World Tournament's going to be in Japan. So that's really exciting to see when we eventually get more of that updated info. But again, a shout out to Why No Why for the coverage of everything. I think I'm just going by the name that I know them by. Or Moon Miss Blue. Either way, link to their Twitter and everything in the description below. I think overall, very exciting for everything. So yeah, I don't really have any complaints here. There's nothing really to complain about. We get a closer look at Reaper Incendio. We get a new BX variant of Shark. Everything's looking really, really good. Hasbro has a lot of good content planned, and yeah. I'm wondering if the Shark is going to be kind of in the same case as we get to the end screens as a lot of these other exclusives, where TT makes the content for Hasbro, but eventually they just reuse it for future releases, whatever. Which probably would make some sense, but either way, we're winning. There's not really any losing right now for Beyblade X, so I want to say thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for now. Take care and bye!